Stonefish, you're going to do 3 slates. Let's go.
We're here live, recording live at Auralation Studios in Knoxville, Tennessee, with one of Knoxville's best young bands. Tonight we've got Stonefish, and it's going to be great. Please welcome Stonefish.
Santa Barbara, California. We got the sand at our feet and the stars up above. The fire in our eyes and the breath in our lungs, and it's time. Ooh, we gotta fight for it. Ooh, we gotta fight for it. Santa Barbara, California. 87 miles to go when this 60s broke down GTO, and it's on. The road we ride on might be rough, but we haven't seemed to drive enough, but it's time.
That was great.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what it's like getting a young band together these days. I mean, what's it like getting the word out and getting people to come out and listen to you? What was it like for you the first show that you put on?
It was actually pretty fun because a lot of people that are your friends just like put faith in you and just want to have a good time, so they come there. And the first show that we ever had, we all had so many friends there, and it was quite a good experience. But ever since then, it does kind of become more difficult to get people constantly showing up because Knoxville is only so big and people only want to show up for the same song so many times. So it is a struggle, but it always is wonderful to have the same people show up a lot. And
the first show we did was actually an open mic at the Open Chord, and there was over 50 people there for us, which was crazy. And after our set, everybody left who was there for us, and it was empty for the rest of the people there. It was kind of sad, but yeah.
Well, your CD release show, which was down at the Concourse, was, I mean, you got a good crowd for that. I mean, it's amazing that you can bring out enough people to fill a hall that size. What was that like?
Yeah, that was actually, we organized that. We were trying to find a venue because we felt like our goal was like, we had a Spotify release party, which was we did outside at like a baseball field.
Right.
And a good number of people came, and so like, if we could double that for a CD release party, like as opposed to an EP, I think that would be amazing. And so we tried to find a spot in town that we thought would hold that many people but not look empty if that many people came. And we found the concourse at the International, and we reached out to them and had a few meetings with them, and they ended up taking the show, and it ended up turning out really well. We put a good lineup. We had the Pinklets and Chloe Baker play for us, and it was in a good venue with good lights and good sound, and we just promoted the crap out of it online, and people showed up. It was awesome.
Well, it's cool that there's so many young bands starting up. What do you think? You know, for a while, it seemed like nobody was starting bands. Everybody was, 30 and 40 years old. What do you think is going on right now that so many young bands are starting up?
That's a tough question.
I think it has to do with, one, population growth, because Knoxville is quite a bit larger nowadays than it ever has been. But also, it could have to do with internet and media expanding to, like, everybody can just have music in their pocket all the time.
Yeah.
So
you can record music.
Yeah, you can record music
phone,
so much more easily, and you're just exposed to so much more with the internet nowadays. So it can cause like an explosion of people who want to do it, and that's probably what we're seeing right now in Knoxville.
Cool. You ready to play another song?
Yes, sir.
She said I was in need of a blessing as far as I could see. So I looked up into heaven, and heaven looked back into me. And the angels ask where they know you from, and you say back to them, you don't know my innocence, and you don't know my sin. So I say cheers to all the days that have passed me by, and here's to all the days to come. I wanna be warm when I wake up, but everything I wore was taken off. I love to learn but never take from. Teach me to give up. Why reach for the wicked to fly? If I could track down every sorrow soul tomorrow, and I could bring back every broken piece of glass, then I would track down all the broken-hearted, stolen parts I could, so they could give me back all the time that's passed. So I say cheers to all the days that have passed me by, and here's to all the days to come. I wanna be warm when I wake up, but everything I wore was taken off. I love to learn but never take from. Teach me to give up. Why reach for the wicked to fly? Take from, teach me to give up. Why reach for the wicked to fly?
And we're here at Auralation Studios in Knoxville, Tennessee, for a live recording session with Stonefish. You guys, it's, one of the things about you all is you seem to get along so well. I've dealt with a whole lot of bands through the years that you can tell there's tension, and you guys, you seem like you've got a real common purpose. Everybody gets along. Is that the way it is?
Well, we had to have a little sit down.
Oh yeah,
we had to have a family meeting the other day. No, for real.
Yeah,
for real. It's okay. It's here's kind of the whole backstory. So Zach approached me on a mission trip 2 years ago now. How long ago was
At
that?
least 2 years ago, yeah.
We were in Alaska on a mission trip with our
Right.
youth group, and he was like, hey, I'm trying to start a band. Would you want to do that with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we got together, we jammed a few times, and then we realized we needed some drums and vocals, and the Bends came along, and then we played a few shows and actually wrote some music and recorded our first EP, and then we kind of realized we needed a bass player, and then Mac jumped in, and he fit really. We were kind of nervous that it wouldn't mesh as well as it had, and he's been great. But then it's kind of, we got into this, I feel like, lull a little bit, and we were just kind of doing stuff, and I don't know, we kind of had to sit down and be like, hey, like, is this what we want to do? Because we kind of just were starting to be more friends than anything else, and just more having fun, and like that's obviously a part of it, but sometimes you have to,
too much of a good thing.
yeah, sometimes you have to like realize like, okay, some of us really want to do this, and some of us maybe are just doing it as a hobby, and like we got on the same page, and I feel like we've meshed better since. One time we were playing during practice, like terrible, like we sounded so bad, and we sat down and did a compliment circle for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
and then we
it lasted way too long.
And then we played, and it was amazing. Like after the compliment circle, it was like we sounded the best we'd ever sounded.
Our egos were larger than ever, and so was our music.
True story.
Okay, now you're just giving everybody advice on just, what to do in everyday life. Everybody form a compliment circle.
It worked. It really did.
It did
works, yeah.
Because it was also a criticism involved.
Yeah, it was give one thing. Everyone went around and said one thing they liked and one critique of everybody in the band.
Huh.
And I think like some of the things we've definitely like taken to heart and has been good. So
No black eyes. I think it's great.
I mean, not anymore.
they
faded, right? You ready to play another song?
Yeah. Well, what's next?
Sunday night?
Oh, Sunday night. Oh, Sunday night. We may have had it rough. The difference is the tough know how to use it. We may not have enough, but we're not making love, we're making music. Even in mid-January, even when the lights are very delicate, I write down what it meant last night, the endless alphabet that I forget. Oh, Sunday night. Oh, Sunday night. Stand with me, I'll stand with you, alright. Oh, Sunday night. Music makers, lovers, haters, late night games and waiting up. Starting fights and restless nights with everybody keeps me up. Man, I know the answer is just another upper half. Act like a character, think like an author now. Oh, Sunday night. Oh, Sunday night. to follow until the nights keep on waiting for tomorrow. For now I'm here and I'll just breathe, 'cause I've been locked out a lot, but now I finally got the key. Oh, Sunday night.
And that's Stonefish here at Auralation Studios in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, tell me a little bit about how long it took you guys to get your sound. Did you know, when the first four of you first got together, did you know what you wanted to sound like?
No, our piano. Okay, our piano player at the time was a jazz pianist, and then Zach was actually on the drums, and he didn't know what he was doing, and I.
It's true. I didn't know what I was doing.
I liked blues,
Yeah.
but I didn't know how to play it. I just know I liked listening to it, and so that was what we had.
You didn't know how to play it?
No, I didn't know how to play the blues. I knew the pentatonic scale, and that was it. But then when Benji joined, he liked R&B and hip hop, so that just
Not
confused it more.
exclusively.
And
But
then
yeah, that-
Ben Collins joined, and he likes classic rock. And then Mac joined, and he likes country and bluegrass and Americana. And so we were like, okay, well, what are we gonna do with this? And I think some of the new songs we're writing, finally, like that are not released yet, are finally starting to kind of have a good, unique
cohesion.
sound. Yeah, a cohesive sound, because like if you listen to our album, it's like every other song's a different genre. We've
Right.
got everything from like EDM, R&B on Dialogue to like rock with Stained Glass Heart and just everything in between. So
Well, tonight before we started recording, you were warming up with Stacy's Mom by Fountains of Wayne. So
no,
it's
we
like,
weren't.
that's
That's a lie.
We don't have rights to that
That's a
song.
great
That's not
song.
true.
Wayne, don't expose it.
You should never be embarrassed about your influences or your likes. There are no guilty
The
pleasures.
biggest Stonefish influence.
Hey, Julie and Stacy's Mom, what other songs do they have? Just those two?
That's the only one.
Radiation Vibe's another big one.
Okay, I might know that one. I don't.
All right. I'm not asking you to play it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, new songs that you're writing are going to be different than what you've got going on, or is it just expand it?
But
different.
It's kind of just go ahead.
I think that we finally kind of narrowed it down to a frame of reference instead
Right.
of just kind of all over the board.
It's much more focused.
So they're not, they don't all sound exactly the same. We use instrumental changes here and there, but they're more focused on where we sound best.
That is another thing that I think this EP or album or whatever it's going to be is going to have more of, is I think everybody plays a different instrument. Like between me, Mac, and Benji, and even Zach's keyboard sounds, we switch out a lot, and it adds like, it still sounds the same, but it makes everything different at the same time. And I don't know, I think this is much more of going towards an alternative rock rather than a indie rock vibe. So I don't know, we'll see.
Cool. Ready to play another song?
Yes, sir.
I took a look at your postcard, it was from 1993. It's not about where we're going, it's about where we will be.
Stonefish here at Auralation Studios in Knoxville. Now, you guys have a festival coming up, right?
That's true, yes. We are starting our own music festival. It's called New Ground, and it will take place at Lakeshore Park here in West Knoxville, Tennessee. And it is on September 8th, 2019, from 1:30 to 9 p.m. So
cool.
Come out. Tickets are available at www.newgroundfest.com if you're interested. The festival kind of features a lot of bands like us, young local bands who are good but just don't have the opportunity to gain the exposure necessary and the selling value and for themselves to kind of get noticed by people who have power in the community and the music industry and the ability and the influence to help them achieve greater heights, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's kind of to benefit those people and the West Knoxville community and connect that to downtown and all that good stuff. Cool.
We'll be looking forward to hearing whatever else you guys do. When do you expect to have a new album out?
We haven't started recording yet. We've just been writing, so
yeah. And we don't necessarily want
a year. I mean,
yeah, definitely within a year.
Cool.
That'd be the goal, but we'll see.
Cool. Well, Auralation Studios is planning on doing these sessions on a regular basis with young artists. You can find Auralation Studios online all over the web and get in contact with them if you're interested in possibly participating in one of these recording sessions. It was great. You guys are terrific. I can't wait to hear more stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, John, now we got to do Burning Out.
Yeah.